Hey guys, Curtis at Bully Fights here. How you doing today? I want to talk today about how do you think that the rest of the world view bully owners through their eyes? What do you think they're seeing? What impression do we as a whole, as a body, leave on the rest of the world? People that don't understand the breed, people that would like to know about the breed, and some of both, you know? I mean, how do you think the rest of the world view bulldog owners? I have an idea. I think that there's some people that are fair, that are reasonable, and they would like to give our dogs a chance. Some people are not so friendly. Our dogs, because of the media, our dogs don't stand a chance. So if you own a pit bull, you know, you're a bad man and the dog's a bad dog. The truth is, many of our bulldog owners, I'm not just talking about pit bulls, I'm talking about French bulldogs, English bulldogs, American bulldogs, bull mastiff, bull terriers, Staffordshire bull terriers, English bulldogs, old English bulldogs, Alafaha blue-blooded bulldogs. All of these dogs, the truth is sometimes we as owners, we do give people negative feel by the way we operate around our dogs and we act with our dogs and the way we speak, you know. If you have a dog, you really and truly want to represent that dog every single second of the day with positivity. Now I know some people may not like me for this, but it's true. I happen to think I've seen a lot of negative bulldog owners. People that would not enhance our breed at all. And I have seen a lot of breeders that shouldn't own dogs because they're bad for the breed, you know. I've seen owners that have dogs and their intention was to breed the dog, and as it turns out, the dog is not a good breeder, or the dog is sterile, or whatever, you know, or the dog is only producing 2 pups every time she has puppies, and that dog is not fed and not taken care of. It's sent to the pound, you know, and you know, it's all for money, you know. If you love bulldogs, you must love them first in spite of everything. In spite of if you know they can have puppies or not. You know, what happens if you can't live where you're living now, before, and you have dogs with you? Are you gonna fight for a place where you can still keep them, or are you gonna jump first to the very first option, which is to give them away? You know, which is also you know, that's always a good option, to find a good home for your dogs. But if you love your dogs, my suspicion is your first objective would be to find a home where you can keep dogs. You know, upon that not happening, then you may want to consider finding them on a home, you know, placing them in somebody's home. But the thing is, all of this stuff should be considered before you even get the dog, you know, before you even have a litter, you know. Having a dog is a responsibility. Having a kennel is a responsibility. Okay? So when you get onto this big stage via Facebook, YouTube, your email list, how you represent your dogs with speech, action, with positivity, you know, with the way you follow up on what you say, all of that stuff affects our dogs, you know. Just recently in Australia, which is a topic I'm going to talk on in more detail on another video, you know, they say all pit bulls that are not registered are going to be killed, you know. You know, the world is starting to feel here that these dogs are killers, you know. And you and I know they're not. They're the sweetest dogs in the world. I truly don't mind, you know, having pit bulls the rest of my life. I mean, they're the awesome breed, you know. But if we put these dogs into the young'uns' hands who don't understand what they're about, who don't understand their history, who don't understand that they require a specialized handling, they require, like any other dog, training from puppy, and if not from puppy, still training, you know. You can see the best come out of these dogs if they're trained, if they're taught not to react in certain situations, you know. The dogs are you know, even our American bullies right now, you know, they still have some gameness left in them, And that's because they were bred for fighting in pits and for baiting, So consider that, it's in their genes, okay? They're tenacious, they're brave, they're courageous, they're fearless, But it doesn't mean that they're killers. It just means that if somebody comes in your house when you're in there, someone that is supposed to be there, you might have a good protector, you know. You gotta train your dogs, when you have a litter, or when you sell a dog, or when you sell a puppy, it is my advice to you to make sure that the person that you're selling that dog to, or those puppies to, get an education on the dogs. They may be someone that has never owned a dog before, so they should have an education on the dogs. Now, that wouldn't be possible if you, as a breeder, don't have an education, and you give false information concerning the dogs and how to keep them and how to raise them. There's a problem. There's an epidemic. It's an epidemic because pit bulls are being bred and bully dogs are being bred every day by the thousands. So consider learning about your dogs. Please, people, learn about your dogs. Ultimately, we are the ones that are going to save this breed or destroy this breed. Let's get together and do this for the sake of the dogs. I'm so passionate about this. I can make videos every day on saving the dogs, and I probably will. Please, help the breed, okay? Peace.